Aloha, my loves. I wanted to share a little story with you that reflects the understanding that we are these powerful multidimensional beings that are here to create our reality. And currently, we're creating our reality unconsciously, but we have the possibility to create our reality consciously, to have it be what is in alignment with our soul's desire. So, COVID hit last year, and we had this ridiculous law in Hawaii at the time. They were giving tickets, these ridiculous tickets, when you were walking in the street without a mask. And so by my tone, you can tell that the masks were my trigger during COVID. And I'm walking to the market, and I was guided, right? And when I say I was guided, I mean I was channeled, I sourced in, my intuition spoke to me that told me do the Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is this beautiful Hawaiian prayer that says, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And it's like an energy clearer. It's this energetic prayer that makes things right. And I put that in air quotes because it's not about being right or wrong. It's about clearing the energy so that things can be back in alignment and things can be in flow, right? So in my mind, as I'm just observing the birds and being really present and just giving thanks because it was such a beautiful day, even though we're in the middle of this major pandemic and everything was going to shit in the world at the moment, it felt like I just had this overwhelming sense of gratitude that I was in that present state of understanding the deeper meaning of everything we were experiencing, and I wasn't caught up in the hype. So I'm ho'oponoponoing, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, as I'm walking to the market. And then I'm at the corner waiting to cross the street to get to the market, and I don't have my mask on just yet. And I was gonna wear my mask in the market, but this teeny tiny woman, I'm a tall woman, I'm about 5'10", and this woman about 4'11", she got into my space, like close, and she started screaming her head off, bloody murder, like so much so that you could see the mask like moving as she was screaming. And it was a really wild experience because I was in the space of being present and ho'oponoponoing, I wasn't being triggered by her behavior. I was more like I was witnessing, I was experiencing her, what we call detached observer. And I'm experiencing her, I'm witnessing her, and as I'm witnessing her, I'm saying in my mind, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, this gorgeous energy clearer, right? And as I'm saying it, I'm watching her. She went from being this woman, she must have been like in her 50s or so, and I saw her shrink down into a little girl. And I saw this little scared girl that was throwing a temper tantrum. And I put that in air quotes because the temper tantrum is just a release of emotion that has been pent up and repressed. Right? We vilify temper tantrums, but temper tantrum is just actually a release, because if that doesn't come out, then a disease is going to form, right? So she's having her moments, and I'm witnessing her. And as I'm ho'oponoponoing my mind, the next visual that came through was to send her love from my heart. And the visual that came through again was like, remember Care Bear, compassion, right? And I saw like this gorgeous golden white light going from my heart to hers, and there was like this connection, this energetic connection. And 1 minute to the next, she stops dead in her tracks. She was screaming, and she just stops, and her eyes widen, because now, mind you, she's in a mask, right? I don't see anything below here. Her eyes widen, and she just turned and walked away, didn't say a word. And I'm sharing this story with you, my loves, because it's just a beautiful example how, because I was present, because I took care of myself that day, right? And every day's a new day, right? One day it could be a great day, and the next day it could be trigger all day long. And that's just part of the practice. That's why we're here, a spiritual being in this physical meat suit, right? Experiencing all these emotions and all these ups and downs and this thing called life, right? To get to a space of self-mastery where we can start creating our reality consciously as our soul desires to, right? So I share this with you, my loves, because we have the power to shift reality. We have the power to change an outcome according to what we think, how we feel, what we do, right? And solely how we're taking care of ourselves in that process. Because if we're good, all's good. If we ain't good, things ain't good. Because we project what we experience. So if this sounds enticing to you, I want to invite you. I'm starting a membership called Trust Your Dopeness. And it starts on June 6th. And it's this really cool monthly membership where we're going to be talking about all this stuff. We're going to be talking about how to really reclaim our emotional sovereignty. How to really remember this divine power that exists within us that can shift your reality. Sounds delish? Let me know. Comment down below, DM me, do all that fun stuff, and I'll send you information. I love you. I want to hear what you thought, what you felt from this experience, and share. Like, have you had an experience like this yourself? I want to hear. I love you. Aloha.